Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sunnyvale Rejects Halloween horror book list. Okay. No, come on. You guys know who it is. It's just that Sunnyvale Reject with a little goof for you on this Saturday morning. But what's not a goof is today's video. I am indeed going to show you my Halloween horror book picks for this Halloween, and I'm doing it a little bit early because I want you guys and gals to have time to read the damn books. You know, I don't want to do it halfway through October. Halloween's only one day, and you can only read one little thin Goosebumps book. Come on. Today I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books for you to help spookify the Halloween season. Now here in Florida, it's summer year-round, so it doesn't necessarily feel like Halloween because we don't have a fall and the leaves don't change. Not like a Ray Bradbury novel, you know. We got palm fronds falling and that's about it. So we got to make it as spooky as we can. So we decorate the house. All of our neighbors decorate and the kids come out. They trick or treat. The adults get dressed up. They carry their drinks with them. And we all have a great time. A little sip of coffee here. So look, without further delay, let me show you the books that I would like to recommend to you to read this Halloween season to spook yourself into oblivion. Okay, the first one is Duncan Ralston's Halloween. Duncan Ralston's Halloween. Look at that. No, let me correct myself. It's Halloween. Because Halloween is only once a year. But Halloween is every damn day of the year, 365, baby. There ain't no escaping. There's only one problem with this book. I am reading this, and check it out, man. A student gave me this kick-ass bookmark. Isn't that cool? Look. Thank you, Juana. I really appreciate it. That was very nice, and I'm using it. But I got to tell you, I'm only on page 68 of this book, and I do like the book. It is scary as hell, and there's already been some shocking scenes, but you can't really read the back of it. Actually, you can see it better than you can with the naked eye, you know, and the font is extremely small, which is a buzzkill for me, but I do recommend the book. It is good. And what it's about is, on October the 31st, 2001, 5 teens set out to make a horror film for a school project at a Halloween haunt in a small town. When all hell breaks loose, a powerful entity emerges, able to control inanimate objects and use them to kill. The carnage is swift and deadly, a vicious attack that quickly overwhelms the town and its citizens. I'm reading from my computer. Fighting for their lives, the teens, along with their teachers and the local sheriff, must use all of their skills and wit to survive the night and possibly save the world. Give it a shot. Nice looking cover, and he's written about 13 books, all spooky as hell. Grotesque, gory. There we go. Next on the list, Creepers. Creepers is the new Goosebumps. It is the new Dead Time Stories. It is the new Bone Chillers. It's the new. Yeah, and it's really great. There's 13 books in this series, all written by Edward J. Hyde. And they're all, look, they all have funky, really nice covers. This is embossed. They're fun. They're spooky. Kind of like, if I could compare this to anything, I would compare it to Monster Street by J.H. Reynolds. Monster Street. I talked about the Halloweeners last year, so I won't talk about this. And I don't know if I've encouraged anybody to read this, but it's a great series. This is good too. Creepers. And the good thing about it is, once you like one, there's 12 more to read and probably more on the horizon. So Creepers. The Price family isn't your average family. Andrew and his kids, Jamie and Paula, have just moved into a house in the middle of a cemetery with their ghoulish friends, a blood-phobic vampire, a vegetarian werewolf, a headless ghost, and an Egyptian mummy. But not even their spooky pals can protect them from the sinister Ebenezer Krim. and the Gravedigger's ghost, who are willing to do whatever it takes to get the Price family to move out of their new home. Get out. Hey, you don't have to tell me twice, but if I move into a house that has a cemetery in the backyard, there's more than one book on the list that has that, I'm getting the hell out. Or I'm at least walking through the graveyard and making peace with the souls that are there. Okay, so we got Halloween, we got creepers. What's next on the list? Ah! No? Okay. It's Ray Bradbury's The Halloween Tree. Ray Bradbury's The Halloween Tree. Ray Bradbury and Halloween and the seasons changing and the cool weather coming after the hot summer. Man, his books just speak to me, and there's a nostalgia that his books have that not a lot of other books have. And check this out. At one point, Ray Bradbury and Philip K. Dick taught at the same school. And Dick felt like, well, he said this in letters, that he was overshadowed by Ray Bradbury. Both amazing writers. And some might say that Philip K. Dick's books are pretty scary too. But we're here because of Ray Bradbury and The Halloween Tree. On Halloween night, 8 trick-or-treaters gather at the haunted house by the edge of town, ready for adventure. But when something whisks their friend Pip away, only one man can help the boys find him. Join the sinister Carapace Clavicle, Mound Shroud, as he takes them on an unforgettable journey through space and time. Whew, that was hard. Think about that, guys, when you're creating character names for your novels. They have to be sayable. Deep into the mysteries of this spookiest of all nights, can the boys save Pip before it's too late? Read the book and find out. I know the answer. And while you're at it, read Something Wicked This Way Comes. I think R.L. Stine said that was the scariest book he ever read, and it probably influenced a lot of Fear Street and Goosebumps books. Ray Bradbury is a master. Check him out. This is a thin little book. This book here is what? 145 pages, and it's got some illustrations, and it starts halfway down the page. It's a quick read for you or your students if you teach. 3 down, 4 more to go. The Little Witch. Everybody should have read The Little Witch by now. Have you? It's a classic. Thin book too. This is the 60th anniversary. It comes with those, I used to use these to mark my pages. I'll use a piece of toilet paper though, a piece of paper, an envelope, a bill, whatever to mark my pages, but these are kind of cool. The Little Witch, the 60th anniversary edition by Anna Elizabeth Bennett. I told you guys I have a student reading Crime and Punishment. I have a student reading The Cell by Stephen King, and I have a student in mind to give this to as well. So cross your fingers that she reads it and likes it, and if you read it and like it, I hope you enjoy it. It is the time of the season for the Little Witch. 9-year-old Minx, a little witch, is forbidden to go to school or wash behind her ears as she's not happy about it. And she's not happy about it. One day she sneaks off to school. Suddenly, life gets much more exciting for a lot of people, especially the students and the principal, because she sneaks to a mortal school where she is the only witch and she is the only one that has powers. Are the mortals accepting, or do her shenanigans and her clever little ruses get her kicked out, banished, alienated? Read the book and find out. You're going to love it. And it comes in at a whopping, look, seriously, a whopping 127 pages with chunky font. So you don't have to use a telescope or binoculars to read it. It's The Little Witch. Give it a shot. You'll love it. And if you give it to a kid, it might open the door for more classics. Start small. Start with something interesting and let them work their way up to the Dostoevskys, the Faulkners, Okay, here we go. What would Halloween be without a couple of Goosebumps books? And these two here are staples. The first one is, of course, The Haunted Mask. It's The Haunted Mask. If you guys like Cameron Chaney, you'll hear him say that this is one of his favorite Goosebumps books. It's The Haunted Mask, and you probably all know exactly what it's about. If you haven't seen my Goosebumps collection video, please do check it out. I've got a really nice collection of Goosebumps books that are really my son's. I shouldn't take credit for them. I bought them all, hoping to get him into reading, and it worked like gangbusters. The other day, a ninth grade teacher who's teaching intensive reading came to me, and they want this teacher to teach The Heart of Darkness to people in the ninth grade who are already struggling. No. Start with Goosebumps or Fear Street or Point Horror. Let them feel the sense of accomplishment, and then they will be willing and able to move on to more rigorous books, okay? But start small, and Goosebumps is perfect, all right? How ugly is Carly Beth's Halloween mask? It's so ugly that it almost scared her little brother to death. So terrifying that even her friends are freaked out by it. It's the best Halloween mask ever. It's everything Carly Beth hoped it would be and more. Maybe too much more. Because Halloween is almost over. And Carly Beth is still wearing the special mask. She cannot get it off. Have you ever put something over your head that you couldn't get off? It feels really, really scary. I put a bike tire over my head one time and couldn't get it off. You know, just the tire. Stupid. Scary. I did a lot of dumbass things when I was a kid, so I don't hate on kids now for making mistakes. In fact, I really try to proffer good advice, real wisdom, so that they don't have to take the path and go the same route that I went, you know? Part 2. What a beautiful copy that screams Halloween. It's The Haunted Mask. Look at that. What a, damn it, there is a little nick here, but what a great copy of a Goosebumps classic, a Goosebumps staple. Some say this is not as effective as the first, and it's not as good. Sometimes the sequels are not as good as the original. But I read this one first, like a dummy, and so I really enjoyed it. And then I went back and read The Haunted Mask and watched the Goosebumps episode, and I like them both. They're both really cool. But I did not read the newer edition of The Haunted Mask, and I think that might be the one that Cameron Chaney said he didn't really like. But both of these are good, they're fun, and they're just beautiful books to collect and keep on your shelf, you know. Just call him Prune Face, okay? Steve Boswell will never forget Carly Beth's Halloween mask. It was so gross, so terrifying. But this year, Steve wants to have the scariest costume on the block. So he gets a mask from the same store where Carly Beth gets hers. It looks like a creepy old man with stringy hair, a wrinkled face, and spiders crawling out of his ears. Steve's definitely got the scariest mask around town. Too bad he's starting to feel so old and so tired and so evil. So evil. Don't give in to the evil. Don't. Take it from Steve. Okay. Last book, and this one is a doozy, baby. I'm a big fan of John Saul's psychological horror. So if these are a little bit too elementary for you and you're looking for something real scary that is just, this is one of his faster paced books. He is a slow burn. This is a little bit faster paced. This is truly haunting, and some of these scenes will stick with you for a very long time. And I really liked the young protagonist in this book. This is John Saul's Black Creek Crossing. This is a serious horror book. Stephen King talked a lot of shit about folks like James Patterson and Dean Koontz, some of his contemporaries, but I never heard him say a bad word about John Saul, and that's because Saul is a consummate professional. Really outlined his books, very serious, knew how the ending was going to go before he wrote the first page. Not always, but sometimes, and he did have help. But John Saul's, I've read 7 or 8, maybe 8 or 9 of Saul's books, and I've liked every single one. And even when they've been, really slow to get going, the reward at the end, the payoff has always been worth it. So if you're reading Saul and you get to the middle or the first 60 or so pages are kind of a slog, just bear with it. It will bear fruit, and you will love it, and you'll want to read another one, I promise. This is John Saul's Black Creek Crossing, and I definitely recommend it as a spooky Halloween read if you're looking for something a little bit more dense, a little bit more plot and character development, a lot more serious book. And, you're going to need more time to read this, so that's why I'm giving you this list early. This book is 347 pages, right? What's it about? Okay. The dark history and dire secrets of a peaceful small town are summoned from the shadows of the past. Unholy forces are stirred from long slumber to monstrous new life. And two young misfits discover the chilling art of turning persecution into retribution. With these eerie ingredients, best-selling master John Saul once again works his unique brand of sinister magic to conjure an unforgettable tale of unspeakable terror. For most of her young life, 13-year-old Angel Sullivan, and you will like Angel, has been on the outside looking in, enduring the taunts of cruel schoolmates and the angry abuse of a bitter father. Then Angel's family moves to the quaint town of Roundtree, Massachusetts, where a charming home is available. A promising job awaits Angel's unemployed father, and most of all, the chance to make a brand new start beckons to the shy, hopeful teenager. Sounds lovely, but a whole bunch of tragic, horrible, scary, psychologically damaging things happen. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. And you're going to love John Saul. You're going to like all of these books, and you're going to have the best Halloween ever. My last video was 30-something minutes. We're at 16 minutes now. I am shutting up. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see each other again before Halloween, but make the best of this Halloween season. Have a great day. Stay cool.